Hello everybody, and just here, and welcome back to Symphogear GX Season 3, Episode 2. I'm recording it right after I got done watching Episode 1. First of all, because Episode 1 ended with quite a bit of a cliffhanger. Second of all, because I kind of messed up my release of Symphogear G, and I released OVA before the finale, and then I released finale on the same day. So I don't have a day of buffer, so I'm gonna release Episode 1 directly to YouTube, and Episode 2, this one, will be on my Patreon a week early. Yeah, a week early. So if you want to watch Symphogear up to 1 week early, you can do that on my Patreon, $10 a month. You know the deal. A link in the description and all that. Episode 1. Episode 1 was a doozy. A lot of things that completely shake up and change my understanding of the world, my understanding of the series. A lot of really brand new things that have been added, right? The automata, the witch with the power of magic and what have you, and I think my lens is dirty. Oh, okay. Hope I didn't blind anybody. Yeah, the little witch girl. And it's no longer the noise. It's now some automatons. It's no longer the relics and the symphogear that grant people supernatural powers. Some can also use magic. A lot of changes to the status quo of the series so far. And as I mentioned in the previous episode, I understand what they're going for here. 5 seasons of just fighting the noise is unsustainable. You want to increase the you want to keep increasing the stakes. You want to keep adding tougher and tougher villains. You want to keep challenging the characters so they can grow, and so that the show can constantly be fresh and constantly have something new to show the viewer. I fully understand what they're doing, but I'm still a little bit apprehensive because it is a very, very, very big departure from what we're used to. I fully expected the noise to attack. I did not expect some random automaton striking JoJo poses and dancing flamenco and whatnot to suddenly appear. I expected some villain that can control the noise, or perhaps a custodian, or perhaps an evil Symphogear user, or someone like that to appear. I didn't expect a little witch that's probably a couple of centuries old to appear and declare that she wants to bring about Armageddon and destroy the world without much backstory given to her. I was completely blindsided by episode 1. I'm still not sure how much I like episode 1. I'm still very much not sure. But perhaps episode 2 will answer some of those questions. Perhaps it will help develop those brand new characters. Maybe it will give us some answers. I hope. I sure hope so. Symphogear as a series so far has been very good at providing explanations very soon after a question was asked. It's very good at not keeping people, the viewers, in constant anguish, right? For example, the whole deal with Miku in season 1, right? Hibiki and Miku were torn apart because Miku said, "Oh, I can't be your friend anymore," and whatnot. Next episode, bada bing, bada boom, they're together again. I like it. And I hope they're gonna give us something like that as well. The previous episode was pretty much entirely questions, entirely mysteries. So I fully expect today's episode to give us at least some answers. I don't expect everything to be just exposed to me instantly. I don't expect there to appear a character that just throws exposition at the wall and we suddenly know everything there is to know. But I expect at least some answers. Who's that witch? What are those automatons? How can that witch use magic? You know, things like that. Okay. I noted down in my theories that perhaps Hibiki will lose the ability to wield her Symphogear. That would be interesting. So, yeah, I guess we can just... We're just gonna have to watch it. We're gonna have to watch this episode to find out what's really going to happen. I can keep guessing, but I really don't have any basis for my guesses. So I just can't continue doing that because it's impossible. So instead, have your subs, and I'm gonna have my sound, and I'm gonna ask you to support me on Patreon or thrown monetarily. In the description are links, or non-monetarily by sharing my content. And if you do decide to support me monetarily on Patreon, you get early access to Symphogear, as I already mentioned, and other non-seasonal shows. And with all that out of the way, Symphogear GX episode 2 will start as soon as I fix my camera. And that means it will start in 3, 2, 1, now. Last time on Dragon Ball Z. And opening? No, continuation. Okay. I like this trend of last time on Dragon Ball Z, but we continue from there. No, Yamcha! We must talk. Yeah, we must try to understand each other. That's who Hibiki is. He doesn't just attack indiscriminately. She doesn't just attack indiscriminately. I mean, maybe. Depending how good that reason is. How much you wanna bet it's a completely bullshit cause? Opening? Different symbols. A cool sword with an eye. The witch burning. Witch trials of Salem or whatever. Hibiki going sicko mode. Just this once. Okay, some weird crystal. I'm guessing the witch and the girl with the box are sisters. Ooh, chainsword. Whip sword, rather. Blue automaton, red automaton, yellow automaton, green automaton. We're getting the whole rainbow. Everybody fights the witch and her automata. I will shatter the world, but first... I mean, you can. I don't think Hibiki would have minded. We need some alone time now. Watch her not be fine. Well, here's the yellow automaton. Yep. Here comes the yellow JoJo. And the girl with the box. Yeah, definitely not a coincidence. Okay, glasses are off. I guess she's not using a gun, she's just throwing coins around. Like the girl from the Index. The Piri Piri girl. Another henshin. More hexagons. The theme of this season is hexagons, I guess. Put a bow on it, of course. Oh, just breakdancing away. Yeah, because she's not a human. She even managed to grab the arrows. Interesting. Probably, yeah. Okay. 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 Coin minigun. I'm down. Millions dead in that building. Megadeth party. A hit, sure, but I'm assuming she won't be taken down that easily. No, probably not. Yeah. The blush. Hexagonal shield. Boats. Suddenly boats. Okay. Okay, what the fuck is that? What the flying fuck is that? What was that? A boat-wielding giant ghost? Okay, we're getting a little bit of those moments. Nice. Maria doesn't get to attend the school. She's responsible for the deaths of thousands. She's a mass murderer. She gets to be kept in custody. You need linker. Yeah, I guess. Yep. And they're gonna go there, and they're either gonna save the day, or they're gonna get one shot. Yeah, good question. I guess. Okay, she knows things. How though? Elf 9. That doesn't look like alchemy, but sure. Ah, gotcha. Hyper advanced technology. A combination of science and magic. That explains why. Yeah, why their shields and whatnot have like numbers and patterns on them. You're gonna be dead soon. Ooh, sharp teeth. Life draining kiss, life draining kiss. Sharp teeth, though. Certainly a way to go out. Not the worst. I mean, if someone is attacking, you kind of have to fight. Okay. Or I guess not. Yeah. Let's talk. You were out in the open! What do you mean, privacy? What do you mean? Oh no, I was walking down the road eating an ice cream. You saw me eating an ice cream. You invaded my privacy. What the fuck? Rhubarb and strawberry. Yeah. You were tasked to walk around the world to see the sights. He didn't tell you to destroy the world? Automata. Yeah, that confirms it. Collection of memories. So it's not a life force, I guess, it's memories. A portal? Okay, she still doesn't have a motivation, though. I can't call that a motivation. My father told me to tower the world. To walk around and take in the sights. Oh no, he must have meant I need to destroy it! Kill, kill, burn! Yeah, you have a villain with no motivation, it does seem off. Well, tough shit. Ogawa? Shadow pinning, Ogawa. Yep, shadow weaving. Oh, you're gonna have your way with Tsubasa, hmm? I guess you need some alone time. Or are you not using your Symphogears to their full potential? I think that might be the case. This is gonna be the season where they get a power boost. That's my assumption. Okay, they were seatbelts. They stole the car, but they're not gonna break the law. Yes. True. Is he eating noodles? He's not. Okay. True. Hmm. Performed what now? Ah, gotcha. Ah, cooperate with us or your friends will suffer. Gotcha. Is the taxi gonna be cleaved in half? Kinda, yeah. I was more thinking like vertically in half, but horizontally also works. And the third henshin. We got Gangnir, we got Ichiaval. Time for Amen Habakiri. Hexagons! They're gonna fight on the London... No, I guess it's not the London Bridge. Oh, interesting. And those crystal things we've seen before. More hexagons, and she can summon the noise. And more noise summoned. Okay. So we're not getting rid of the noise completely. Nice. The Treasury of Babylon is kinda big. I'm guessing some of it was still left. Or they are creating the noise through alchemy. They're not summoning the noise, they're creating them. I like how the noise are now making sounds, and there's this effect of these like red puffs, kind of like blood, kind of like smoke. They weren't there in previous seasons. Oh. Oh, a sword breaking noise? A Symphogear breaking noise. Okay, those aren't noise. Those are something else entirely. Those are miracle breakers. Alka noise. Another term! Another new term. Alka noise. Sure. I guess they're alkaline and Symphogear are acidic, so they disintegrate each other. Huh. It really feels like this season where they get a huge power spike. It really does feel this way. The kind of plot where it's like, oh, you've been relying on your Symphogear alone, but you must find your strength within yourselves. The Symphogear won't always help you. And then they learn to fight without Symphogear. And then they regain their Symphogear and their power doubles. Or you know the trope. You know the trope. It very much feels this way. Everybody's naked again. I guess their Symphogears are breaking, so they are getting naked. Is it Symphogear or is it Kill la Kill? Okay. That was an interesting episode. It made me feel much better about this season. after seeing this episode. That's for sure. I'm no longer as apprehensive as I was. I'm no longer scared of it going awry. I see where they're going with it, and I approve. I very much approve. But let's go through it again, shall we? As usual. I like when anime does it. A few other anime did it, most notably Virgin Road did it, and I think something else also did it. Maybe even a Symphogear. But yeah, I like it when you have the last time on Dragon Ball Z moment, and instead of last time Dragon Ball Z opening or a title screen or a black screen or something, episode proper, you get last time Dragon Ball Z and it flows directly into the rest of the episode. Thumbs up for that. Why won't she fight? Well, she doesn't want to fight. She wants to defend. I don't want to fight, yeah. But alas, you have to. Unlike you, I have a cause worth fighting for. Doesn't seem that way to me. It really seems to me like her cause is angry. World will die. Destroy the world. Angry, sad, destroy. That's her motivation. That's the read I'm getting on her motivation. That's the read I'm getting on her cause. She doesn't seem to even be like a not a misunderstood, but the way like Ver was, and the not FIS, Ver and Nastasia and Maria and whatnot, they wanted to be heroes. They wanted to save the world through not so heroic means. Essentially misguided. That's the word I was looking for. They were misguided heroes. Even Ver, right? Even Ver, ultimately, he wanted to save the world for completely selfish reasons, through completely unethical means, but his cause was saving the world. You can't argue with that. Her cause doesn't even seem to be like misguided heroism. At least so far. It doesn't seem to be anything like, I need to destroy this world to make it reborn anew. Kind of like Noah and the flood and whatnot, right? We need to wipe out humanity. Humanity is rotten. We need to wipe everybody out. And then I will bring about my automata, who are the perfect creations, much better than humans, and they will live in this world. You know, something like that is what I would have expected. But she doesn't even seem to have this kind of motivation. It seems like her cause, her motivation, is a case of misunderstanding, misremembering even. Like in the first episode, her father told her to, oh, you're destined to walk around the world and see the sights. Don't be tied up into it. Forget about me and just, you know, travel around, live your life and be happy and whatnot. And she, for some reason, took it as, kill, destroy the world. My daughter, I task you with destroying the world. I don't know. Her motivations or lack thereof doesn't sit well with me. Right now, maybe it's gonna get fleshed out in the future. I don't know. Initially, I wasn't sure if it's opening or just a scene, because there isn't much like music to it. Sure, there's some melody and some words and whatnot, but it doesn't have the the power, the importance, the significance, I guess, of an opening so far, but it does eventually get started. Green hexagons, with this symbol. Blue hexagons with this symbol. Ame no Habakiri, I'm assuming. Yellow hexagons with this symbol. Gangnir, probably. Yellow hexagons with this symbol. I guess this is Gangnir? No, this is... I don't know, something else. Red hexagons with Ichiballs. The Swordbreaker with runes. Oh, it's not the Swordbreaker, it's the sword that's in the box. I'm assuming. Flutier. I don't think it's actually anything like anything that can actually be read. That is meant to be read, rather, because it says Freud it's just gibberish. Yeah, it isn't meant to be read. It's just meant to look cool and runic. Oh, now we have it actually right side up. Fluty, abstracted, cool. I thought they might actually go the extra mile here and actually put some actual words on the blade, but no, it's just runes that are supposed to look cool. Also, can't help but notice this sword is CG. It doesn't look bad though, but it is CG. And here the true, quote-unquote, true opening starts. The music picks up, and we see this. Hibiki going psycho mode just this once. I guess he's gathering the determination to fist. Poor Miku. Sorry. Sorry, but I can't from this title. Subtitle, I guess. Noise fighting and the automata. The dolls. All sorts of colors, and yeah, everybody has their counterpart. More or less, I guess. Hibiki versus the coin one. Kirika versus the sword one, I guess. Tsubasa versus the sharp teeth. And Kirika or Chris against the witch. Kind of sort of deal. Probably not, though. The numbers don't match. Yeah, there's 6 heroes and 5 enemies. But yeah, interesting thing. A witch that uses dolls as her servants. Very much a plot of Revived Witch, the gacha. You are a witch and you use dolls, automata, as your servants. I honestly expected the noise to attack here or someone to appear and for shit to go tits up completely. She'll be fine. Yeah, haha, about that. And yeah, here comes the coin JoJo. I like how original those characters. I mean, not all of them, but at least she is original. Just throwing coins at the speed of sound. I like it. At the same time, yeah, that's no coincidence. I thought for a moment the dude has Genshin on the back of his shirt, but no, it's Genesics. Genesics, not Genshin. Another great henshin with a bow and a lot of hexagons yet again. Any words that matter? Gatrandis Babel something. Emuston Rodzen Fine El Baral Zizel Gatrandis Babel Igurat Edenal. Vaguely Sumerian words, essentially. Again, I really like Chris's henshin. It's all ribbons. It's all ribbons and bows and hexagons. The theme of this season is just hexagons, really. And yeah, this automaton can go hand in hand, toe to toe, with Chris. Just going full machine gun mode. Coins just appearing in her hands. I love it. I love how imaginative it is. And not even Megadeth Party was able to kill her. And in this case, not even the huge sword was able to. And the boats. I'm hardly the subdued type, but this is a bit too much even for me. Time to turn down the volume a little. What the fuck? A kaiju ghost with a glowing eye and boats for arms. No, not boats for arms. It's holding the boats and throwing those boats. I thought the witch and her automata was enough. That's the villain of this season. But now this? What the fuck is going on? And she just acknowledges it? Just about barely? And that's it. We completely gloss over it. What the fuck happened? You're not fighting out there without linker. Yeah, true. Kirika and Shirabe are limited by linker. They aren't perfect matches for their Symphogears. They don't have perfect synchronization the way Hibiki, Tsubasa, and Chris do. So that is definitely a limiting factor. I wonder how they're gonna overcome it. And if they're gonna overcome it. I have a feeling, again, that this season is all about growing stronger. Yeah, it definitely is all about growing stronger. I like how we get this little scene of Kirika and Shirabe coming to school. But not Maria, because Maria is tied into some shady deals with the Americans, I'm assuming. Power on its own isn't enough to change things, yeah. Hyra's on fire. And we're probably gonna have to go help. Or maybe not. I don't know. Here's the little girl in bikini. What happened to your clothes? Very good question, Chris. Very good question. And she does seem, this little girl does seem very similar to the little witch. Either a sister or a clone. Maybe. Wouldn't surprise me particularly much. And we're against alchemy. A heretical discipline different from that of the Symphogears. Something that existed even before science and magic diverged. A perfect marriage of science and magic. which again explains the very techno-magical look to everything. And I like it. It seems like pretty much in every series I watch, I have to mention that I'm a sucker for something. Well, I'm a sucker for techno-magics. I'm a sucker for techno-magical look, techno-magical devices, that kind of thing. So I can see myself enjoying this season very, very much. We're against heretical discipline different from that of the Symphogears, and seemingly more powerful, which is interesting. Sharp teeth, chef's kiss. And I like the animation of her mouth. I know it's a weird thing to mention. It's really giving me Trigger vibes. I'm really getting Trigger vibes. Yeah, in the first episode there was that smear frame of that green JoJo. Here we have this very frame-by-framey animation of her mouth. And even the shape of her head, her face. Very triggery. Actually, I didn't check the stuff in the first episode. I'm gonna have to check the stuff in this episode then. And she sucks out not life force, as it turns out, but rather memories. Interesting. Because we're fighting for... Yeah, what could it be? I don't know. You had one yourself, did you not? Yes, she did. To protect her friends and to protect the world. And yes, that's why she prevented the destruction of the moon. Exactly. And yes, she fought with her sons, with her Symphogear, because she kinda had to. Why are you holding it against her? And why is Hibiki denying it? Like, fighting isn't inherently bad. Fighting isn't inherently immoral. Fighting for a good cause, like, the cause you fight for matters. Whether fighting itself is just a means. It isn't inherently good or evil. Hibiki fought for a good cause. She fought to save her friends, to save the world. I didn't want to do it that way. Well, there was no other. I didn't want to fight, but there is no other way. There's no other means. I wanted to use my Symphogear to fight, to arguably, even protecting yourself is fighting. Even if her Symphogear was literally a shield, and she had no ability to fight, to, like, deal damage, she would still be involved in a fight. She would still be fighting for something in her own way, but she would still be fighting regardless. So I don't know why Hibiki denies it, and I don't know why this little girl, this little witch, is holding it against her. Now she's like, oh, fight me. Why? Yeah, I don't want to fight, I want to find out why. I also want to find out why. You invaded my what the fuck are you talking about? You were out in the open! You're out in the open! I'm gonna destroy you along with the world. Why? Why? What's your motivation? What's your goal? What's your cause? Yeah, why do you want to destroy the world? It's a task left to me by my father. It wasn't, though! It literally wasn't! What the fuck are you on about? And they're withdrawing. Hibiki faints. And there's some red glow spreading around. The Symphogear breaker of some description, I'm assuming. I'm under more restrictions than you think. She is. She is indeed. Okay, let me read that real quick. Legal transaction agreement. Trailblazer, the representative of the International Union of Security Council, suggests a legal transaction towards the defendant, Maria Cadenzavna Eve, who is one of the mastermind of the induction of the authorized anomalous disasters and the successive terrorism that induced the current destabilizations. The defendant, Maria Cadenzavna Eve, announces that she has been investigating FINE, a terrorist group from the direction of the International Union of Security Council, and guarantees that the revival of the basic human rights on unlimited conditions and repeals of the plea by positioning all the public activities of the whole research. It's also effective for both the defendant, Tsukuyomi, Shirabe, and Akatsuki Kirika, who are imprisoned as accomplices of remission or acquittal in some cases under the Special Protection Program by the main lead by the International Union of Security Council, in order to execute above said outline. The disclosure of all the information of the accident that Maria Cadenzavna Eve would know of and the cooperation of the investigation are indispensable. It also must achieve to engage to work on the transfer of the defendant custody under control of the International Union of Security and the convergence of the terrorist incidents. I understood nothing. That means it's a perfectly legal document. You can tell by the jargon. And she has to play the role of a hero. She doesn't want to. But she has to. Because reasons. Another henshin. Now we get a full set of henshins and even more hexagons. My sword is the bane of all blades. This is very interesting. Swordbreaker, like literally a swordbreaker. And Alkanois. I guess that also explains why they're disintegrating into this red mist. The noise usually didn't do that, but now they do, because they're not noise, they're alkanoids, they're alkaline, they're not base. Noise are a piece of cake? Yeah, about that. The alkanoids can break Symphogears, for some reason. Not just that, they can also break relics. Yeah. Interesting. That's what we get for assuming they're noise. They're not. And their Symphogears are disintegrating. Completely and utterly. They're getting naked again. I guess it ties into the previous season where everybody was getting naked. They're getting naked as well. Their gears are disintegrating. And they're not noise, they're alkanoids. What's your deal? What's your deal, little witch? Why do you look like Tanya when she sees being X? I don't know what her deal is. And here's another doll with swirly hair and big claws. And everybody's getting naked in the ED as well. Of course. Story will begin anew. It very much feels to me like this season is going to be about a power boost, about a growth in power. Okay. I now, before I talk about this episode itself, I now want to take a look at Symphogear GX. And I want to take a look at the staff. Not my... Okay, sure, my anime list. Why not? And from my anime list, I'm gonna go to anime list. Okay. Window capture. And there we go. There we go. Sure, why not? Make it full screen. Staff. I want to see the staff. I want to see not character design. I want to see animation and art. Were those people involved with Trigger, with some Trigger shows? Because it really feels that way to me. Core design, sound director, script, theme song, insert song. Okay, I'm just gonna load it all. Control F. Art. Art director Kei Ichikura. Anybody else? No, nobody else listed far as art is concerned. Animation. Chief Animation Director Yosuke Kabashima. Chief Animation Director for Episode 1. Who was it? No one is listed for Episode 1 as a Chief Animation Director. Interesting. Yeah, 246, 357, 10 to 13. Okay, Animation Director, I guess. Satoru Fujimoto. Many key animators. I'm not gonna check out all of them. But yeah, Kei Ichikura. Saint Seiya. Symphogear Magic Kaito, Black Bullet. Anything by Trigger? No. No, Kurwa Zombie Deska, Nagatoro-san. Yosuke Kabashima. Uma Musume. Manga, okay. Character design for a manga. Interesting. Seikai no Senki. Anything I recognize? Gintama, Symphogear. Madano to Vanadis, The Greymen, Recreators, Gridman, Azure Lane, Satoru Fujimoto, Girls und Panzer, Jojo, Code Geass, Symphogear. Interesting. I really was expecting someone from someone involved in Studio Trigger to take part in it. Studio Satellite. Yeah, the same studio as usual. Macross, Somali, Symphogear, Cannon Busters, Caligula. I haven't finished watching Caligula. Ragnar Strike, Macross, Aquarian, Moretsu Pirates. Helsing. I'm assuming perhaps some of the key animators were involved with Trigger, maybe, because I really can't shake off the feeling of Trigger vibes. Interesting. Oh, I'm gonna leave it up because I need to copy the description to my videos. Okay, but with that, my voice is slowly giving out. That was a good episode. The first I'm glad that I watched episode 1 and 2 back to back, because episode 1 did leave a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth, not gonna lie. Episode 2 alleviated that a lot, because we now know what the deal is. We now know where the power of that little witch is placed. We know that it's not something new that's completely made up, but something that actually existed in the lore, in the world, something that was a thing. Why the fuck are they racing by my window? Something that actually exists not a MacGuffin created just to shake things up, but something that actually has a right to resurface. Something that actually resurfaced. I like it. The dolls aren't explained, but I'm assuming they are simply created by the means of alchemy, since alchemy is a technomagical thing. Makes sense that it can be used to create automata. Makes perfect sense. What else? I like where this season seems to be going. Season 1 and Season 2 where I don't want to say they were low stakes, but they were lower stakes than what we have here. Right? All throughout Season 1 and 2, everybody was fighting noise. And they were able to fight noise because Symphogear is made to fight noise. If there was anything that gave our characters a pause, it was the boss, right? The real struggle, the main fight where all hope is lost. Oh no, I'm dying. Everybody's dead. Everybody's defeated. But oh, power of friendship, awaken my masters. And everybody stands up and continues fighting, right? That kind of deal. It was reserved for the finale, for the final few episodes, right? Like episode 11, everybody loses. Episode 12, everybody's back up and they win. More or less that kind of a scheme. In this season, it's episode 2, and everybody already lost. And it really feels like all hope is lost already. And it's not just the boss that defeated them, and now they have the entire season to grow back to strength, to face the final boss again at the end. It's not that kind of a story. It's not that kind of storytelling. They were defeated by grunts. Let that sink in. By grunts. It's not the witch who dispatched them easily. It was the alkanoids that just completely obliterated their Symphogear. That's another important thing. They don't really have a way to raise back up. Because their very relics are shattered. It really feels like actually all hope is lost. We are back to square one. Nobody has any powers, just Kirika, Shirabe, and maybe Maria. And we will have to deal with that somehow. And they're gonna have to grow back in power somehow. Maybe they will have to learn to use their relics in other ways. Maybe they won't be able to transform to Henshin, but perhaps Tsubasa will be able to at least turn her broken relic into a sword, into Ame no Habakiri itself. Maybe Chris, again, won't be able to Henshin, but she will be able to transform her relic into Ichiaval, into the bow. And they will have to learn to fight without the protection of Symphogear. Everyone loses. Gears need to learn to fight without them. Then they get gears back and are more powerful. That's my prediction. It very much feels like this is the plot they're going for. Get rid of not the handicap, but get rid of the source of their power to force them to find the power within them. It very much feels like that kind of a plot. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Actually, one more thing. Original character design, Dan Yoshi. I wanna check them out really quick. Symphogear, some hentais, and Symphogear. Interesting. Yeah, okay. I think the only thing that doesn't sit well with me is the little witch and her motivations. She doesn't seem to have any, to me at least right now. It very much seems like a case of a misunderstanding of her father saying, tour the world, and she heard destroy the world. And funny thing, your father didn't really want that. I don't know. I like how much of a threat the new villains are. I'm not a fan of their seemingly lack of proper motivation, proper cause. I think that's how I'm gonna sum it up. Hmm. uh, yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Although, one more thing I want to check out real quick. Here, there we go. The voice actors, we usually check out new voice actors, so I'm gonna do the exact same thing. Elfenhain, Misaki Kuono, also a voice actor of Misaki from Precon. Okay. Aharen from Aharen-san. Nagato from Azure Lane. And nobody else that I would recognize particularly. Ping Hai from Azure Lane. Okay. I guess I do recognize some. Hisone Amakase from Hisomaso. Oh, Hugo from Mahotsukai no Yome. Okay, that's another role I recognize. Not many more, though. Mimi from Rokubu. Okay, that's it. Voice of Carol, Inori Minase. I was half expecting them to share the voice actor, but apparently not. Beta from something. Hestia, okay. Hiyori Suzumi. Aharen. Kasumi. Did Aharen have two voice actresses? Interesting. Tengoku from Tact of Destiny. Okay. Yeah, Hestia, Rem. Hestia, Rem. Nobody else that I would recognize right now. Just Hestia and Rem. Oh, Chito from Shoujo Shumatsu. Hestia Rem, Hestia Rem, Hestia Rem, Hestia Rem, Hestia Rem. Edelritto from Aldnoah Zero. That's one more role I recognize. And theme song performances. Who else is there that's new? Yeah, those monsters. Leyur Daharim, the Yellow Jojo. Shizuka Ishigami. Nobody I would recognize so far. Ayaka from Danberu. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Bruno from JoJo. I haven't seen JoJo. Ikumi from Shokugeki no Soma. And nobody. Oh, Ayame Kaijo from Shimoneta. And nobody else that I would recognize. The sharp teeth. Michio Murase. Michio Murase played Kubo from Eizouken. Susie, yeah, she really has a penchant for sharp-teethed characters. Sylwia Krzasińska from Schwarzwarzer... What? Schwarzwarzesmarken. Jesus Christ! Sylwia Krzasińska, that's a Polish name. Move alternative. Schwarzwasserman. Yeah. Huh, what kind of a show is that? Seems interesting. Gundam in Second World War. Sure, fuck it, plan to watch, why not? Green JoJo. Someone from Uma Musume. And nobody else that I would recognize. And there's also, yeah, the Red JoJo, Shiori Izawa. Well, I call her Red JoJo, but I haven't seen her strike any poses yet. Nanachi, Made in Abyss. Nozomi and Moyoko from Girls on Panzer, and Midoriko. Of course, makes sense. The triplets. Carmelia and Gegege no Kitaro. Haven't seen it, but heard some different things about it. And nobody else. Oh, Tanpopo from Witchcraft Works. Highly recommend watching Witchcraft Works. Really cool anime. And Tanpopo is a great character as well. Uno in Plastic Nessan, interesting. And that's it. And other characters I don't know or are here from the previous seasons. Okay. Now, that's really gonna be it from me. Maybe you can hear it, maybe you can't, but my voice is really giving out. And I have to stream tomorrow. I guess if you're watching it on Patreon, it's tomorrow. If you're watching it on YouTube, it's a week before. But yeah. So, that's gonna be it. And now you guys, you tell me, down there in the comments, what did you think of this episode, of my reaction, of my theories? Keep it spoiler free. Again, please, no spoilers. I want to experience it all myself, completely blind, because if I don't experience it completely blind, then there is no chance of being blindsided. And being blindsided by things like The Alchemy is like half the reason I'm watching this show, because it can really surprise me at times. If you do want to talk spoilers, you can join my Discord. Link is here, link is also in the description. You can go to the Symphogear channel, use spoiler tags, talk spoilers freely out there. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, but tell me why so I can improve. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of future releases of not only Symphogear G, but also reviews. Starlight, the OVAs and the movies are going to be coming out, and whatever other shows I decide to watch, I don't know yet what those shows are going to be. Subscribe to... I already told you to subscribe, didn't I? Support my channel if you want monetarily on Patreon. For $10 you get early access to non-seasonal shows like Symphogear, like Review Starlight, and whatever will replace Review Starlight eventually. And for just $1 you get access to a role on my Discord server. That role gives you access to a channel on that server where I post some sneak peeks and stuff like that. And And you also get a place in the credits for no matter what tier you support me at. You can pitch into some things on Throw. I don't know, it's a brand new thing to me as well, so I don't know how to best utilize it yet. And you can also support me non-monetarily by spreading the word, share my videos, share my content, shill for me wherever you can, because the word of mouth really matters a lot for the growth of a channel. And I think that's it. Yeah, join my Discord, like, comment, subscribe, share. I shilled all that needed to be shilled. So now, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys all the good stuff. And I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers. And here's the credits.